So guys, this is, I don't know what vlog this is gonna be in, or if I've done an intro or what, but ignore my hair. I just got out of bed. This is the situation. My home, my basement has flooded, you guys, and I showed you when I moved in, and I want to show you the bad parts of being a homeowner, because this is like the worst thing I've ever gone through in my life. And surprisingly, I'm okay. I don't know how, but this is my basement right now. As you can see, you come down. Anyway, all of this is flooded. Yay. I have to go get some bricks right now to put under the couches because I can't take them upstairs. I'm gonna start crying. Okay, so originally, and ignore how things are all over the place and messy and there's like debris, it flooded. Okay, the house is flooded. Things aren't staying where they're not staying put, and it looks dirty, but the water is clear water. It's not like sewage water or anything. So originally, when it was discovered that the basement had flooded, the flooding stopped like right here. No, the flooding came like right here. Okay, and it was like gradual, and then it got worse. And this is like the utility room with the water heater and HVAC and all that. So it made sense that it was worse in there. This is like a little bathroom. This was always like the worst room. If you look down there, you can see how high that is. That's like 3 inches of water, you guys. Like, this is a lot. I'll come in here so you can see fully. Like, my boots are like fully submerged at the bottom. Like, this is a lot of water that covers up the whole trim. The trim is like 5 inches. I mean, it covers up most of it, so that's like 3 inches. Okay, and so then last night, it's getting progressively worse, right? And it was flooded to here, to like right at the end of the tile. Now the carpet was still wet. This is a piece of wood because I was trying to use it, but it's too thin. The carpet had gotten wet, but it wasn't like desaturated at all. It was just wet to like right here. Now all the carpet has standing water on it, except this little island. It's like an air bubble. But anyway, so the reason I haven't gotten the water pumped out is because it is, actually, let me go put something on my head before I talk to you guys and explain to y'all what the actual issue is. So I just went, I went to Lowe's and I got these bricks. I got 8 of them, but some of them are still outside. Oh, to put the couches on. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that, and then I will explain to y'all what's going on. But you can watch me do that because this is fascinating, isn't it? It's like you never get to see this. Such a treat. Okay, and now I have to do the other sofa. That one. Yay, let me go ahead and get that blanket, and then I'll show you guys when it's done, and I'll tell you, finally tell you what happened. I'm out of breath. 4 more to go. I didn't get a chance to do my hair because I rushed to Lowe's to get the breaks, and you're not gonna judge anything you see in this video, okay? Pinky promise, because the house is a mess, okay? Like, it's a mess. So I'm sweaty and tired, but let's talk about what happened. Okay, so I never go into the basement. I haven't even, usually the only reason I would go down there is to do laundry. I haven't even been doing laundry in my house, however, because my dryer broke. So there was already something, right? So my dryer broke, so I've been taking everything to a laundromat. Like, sometimes I'll wash the clothes here and take them over there and dry them, but most of the time I don't even go in the basement. There's a half bath down there, so my boyfriend does use that bathroom. Wednesday night, we're watching TV, he got up to go use the restroom, and he was like, do you know there's water down here? I was like, clearly not. So I go down there, and it was like 25% of the basement was flooded. It hadn't reached like the carpeted area. It had just reached like where the tile is, the bathroom, and like the utility closet. So I'm like, oh my God, like a pipe burst or something. So I'm like frantic, and it was maybe like 10 o'clock at night. But there are some 24/7 like plumbers. So I called some and I got someone out here Thursday morning. He came, he stayed for like an hour and a half. He was like, I cannot find the source of the leak. Like there's no dripping. All of your pipes are intact. The appliances are intact. None of them are leaking. So we were running the water in the sink. We were flushing toilets, running the shower. Can't figure out what it is, right? And he's like, well, let's go talk to your neighbor. So my neighbor, go over to her place. I'm like, hey, my basement flooded. Have you had any water in your basement? She's like, let me check. Lo and behold, she's like, yeah, my basement's flooded. Like, I didn't know. I was like, yeah, I didn't know either. So then I'm like, okay, so it's a bigger, I'm sorry, I keep like slapping my knee every time I make a point. That's really annoying. So I will stop. So yeah, I'm like, okay, so it must be like a bigger problem. And the plumber was like, yeah, this is something you need to get the city out here for, because I can guarantee you it's like a water main or a water line. So I called the city. This is still Thursday. I called the city. And I didn't get anybody. Yeah, this is Thursday. I called the city when he left and I didn't get anybody. Called the city back Friday morning. Got someone, and they came out here within like 30 minutes, luckily. And the guy checks everything out. He's like, yeah, there's no leak in the house. And then he goes out to like the little, there's like a little portal, I don't know, in the sidewalk. And so he opens that up and he's like, yeah, I can hear a leak coming from the water line. He was like, because it's a water line and not the water main, it's your responsibility. And I'm like, okay. So he gives me like a citation or something. I don't remember what they call it, like a notice of defect, I think is what they call it. So I had already filed an insurance claim at this point because there's water in the basement. So one of the first things I did was go online and file a claim, but I hadn't talked to the actual agent. So I called the agent and I explained to him what's going on. And he's like, yeah, we don't cover that. So they only cover flooding or leaks if it's like the pipe in the house broke or burst, or if an appliance leaked, or maybe if it's like a natural disaster or something. But because the water is coming in through the water line and the basement's filling up from groundwater through the ground or through the wall, there's no like, they don't cover that. And it's hard for me to like fix it because there's no source of it. It's coming from everywhere. And it's just like rising. It's not like a origin of it. My neighbor, she said she actually pumped, she has a water pump because her basement has flooded before. And she pumped all the water out. She said it refilled the next day anyway. So I'm like, okay. The city said, you know, we can fix it. We don't cover the price, but we can fix it. And they can do that. It was Friday at this point. They're like, we can do it Tuesday. We can come out on Tuesday. Or actually, I don't know if they'll do it on Tuesday, but they can come for like a consultation estimate. That's the word, an estimate on Tuesday, because guess what? This happened on a long weekend and it's Labor Day weekend. So I can't even like get anything done expeditiously like I would normally because it's Labor Day. So I called a private plumber. The guy at the city, he had warned me. He was like, a lot of plumbers won't do anything like this because you have to get permits from the city to dig up the sidewalk. It's a whole thing, y'all. They're gonna have to tear up the sidewalk, fix the water line, do all that, and then like fill in the sidewalk again. So he's like, a lot of plumbers won't do that. It's just too much and they have to get permits and it's too much liability and all that. So I called, but he was like, just check with the plumber who came out. So I called them back and I was like, hey, here's an update on the situation. Would y'all do that? The guy I talked to, he was like, no, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't do that, but I'll ask my boss and I'll call you back. And he called me back and he was like, yeah, we do have a guy who's willing to do that. So he's coming on Tuesday as well, so I can get both estimates at the same time. There is, I don't know how much detail I should go into, but there is a program with the city, or with the Philadelphia Water Department, that you can put the overall cost on your monthly water bill. So that is more attractive than like going through the plumber and having to pay it all at once. But if it's cheaper, it's cheaper. Okay, so I would do that if I have to. Then I called, so all that happened Friday. Today is Saturday, so that all happened yesterday. Then Friday night, I'm sitting here on my couch and I'm like, but there's water in my basement. You know, like this is not cool. Like there's water in my basement. The first night, Wednesday night, we tried to pump some of the water out. Freya. Sorry. She's been like, I don't know what's going on with Freya. Talon is still chill, but Freya is like, anyway, where was I? Oh my God. Freya, what was I talking about? So I'm sitting here uneasy about there being water in the basement because everyone keeps saying, oh, there's nothing you can do until you fix the problem. I'm like, guys, like there's like inches of water in my basement. Because at this point, it has gotten incrementally worse. So the first night it was like 25%, then it was 50%. Now the carpet's covered a little bit of like half of the carpet is underwater, right? And it's like creeping back. And so I'm like, okay, it's not, the whole basement isn't submerged, but like it's getting scarier. This morning, I woke up and the whole basement was submerged. But anyway, back to last night. So I called a water restoration company because when they fix the water main, I'm gonna have to get the carpet taken out, the drywall taken off, the water pumped out, obviously, and like the trim replaced, all that. Because my basement is like, it's mostly finished. So, called the water restoration guy, and thank goodness I did. He was like such a relief to me and made me feel so much better about the situation because I didn't know what I was doing, and everyone just keeps saying I can't do anything. So I called him and he was like, look, we could come out there and pump the water out, but it's gonna come right back in. And I knew he was telling the truth because I didn't even tell him that happened to my neighbor. He was like, I've seen this before with the water line under the sidewalk. Like, I know the exact situation, and we're gonna pump it out. If they fix it on Tuesday, we'll pump it out on Tuesday. I'm gonna give you a call Monday night. He was so sweet, so personable. He's like, I know you're worried. You would end up paying twice if you get it pumped out and refills and then you get it fixed on Tuesday. And then, he was like, I know you're worried about mold and stuff. It's gonna be moldy. It's gonna get moldy. He was like, turn your air to like 64 so that will slow the growth. But he was like, but once we get it all cleared out, we'll be able to take care of that anyway. So yeah, he made me feel a lot better. He was like, I'm texting you right now. You can text me, you can call me, and I'm gonna call you Monday night. And then we'll talk again on Tuesday after you hear back or after your appointments with the people. So that's where we are. It is Saturday morning. I woke up. The entire basement is now flooded. In the bathroom and the utility room, it's like a good 3 inches. Everywhere else, I would say it's like 2 inches or 1.5 inches. And it just sucks knowing I can't do anything. So that's why, I called my parents and they were like, oh, put the bricks under the sofa. And my boyfriend was like, I'll come over and help you move the sofas like up. But I don't have anywhere to put them. And it was very hard to get them down there. I don't think we're capable of bringing them up here. So, and if I lose them, it is what it is. I spent a couple $100, but luckily I haven't had to throw away too much stuff. And most of the stuff down there is in plastic, so that's good. Yeah, it's just one of those things that you can't really do anything about until the problem is fixed, and then there are steps to get out of the situation. But I'm posting this out of order because I have so many other vlogs that I need to edit and put up, and y'all know I'm terrible at that. But I've got stuff going on that you will hear about soon, so that's why I haven't been doing it. But yeah, I just wanted to see if like anyone had any advice, or if there's like info that that I may not know about what I could do, or the best way to go about basement flooding. And also, I really encourage you to get supplemental insurance, because there is insurance that specifically covers water lines and sewer lines, because most insurances don't cover that, which I had no idea. Of course, insurances don't want to pay anything, so it makes sense that there are a lot of exclusions, but you can get supplemental insurance that covers those exclusions. So there's like American Water Resource. I got my neighbor, she has a mail about it, and so she gave it to me. American Water Resources, and it's $14.99 a month. So I will be getting this. Of course, it's too late for now, but I didn't know about this, and it covers water line coverage, unlimited protection for water service line leaks and breaks, and it also covers the sewer line, which is unlimited protection for covered sewer service line repairs. And yeah, $14.99. You can get some cover if you just want like one or the other. You just want sewer or you just want water line, you could do that for like $6.49. But yeah, I would just get those. So I will be enrolling in that. I didn't know, now I know. And luckily, you know, I have I'm gonna get through it. Luckily I have like support, and I'm gonna get through it. So I'm in my room. I just got done. Okay. I just got done taking a shower. It's been a long night. It's almost 12, and I'm going downstairs to get some more water before I go to bed, and I'm gonna show you guys the basement. So before I show you the basement, I just want to say in the last couple of clips, I may have talked about like the advice that I was given, but obviously like some of that just wasn't smart advice, and like I didn't know better, but I learned and Googled and all of that, so I'm trying to do better. So I did buy a submersible pump and pump the water out. So right now all the water, well not all, most of the water is out. So I'll just show you really quickly before I go to bed. Okay, so you can see this is a big improvement from this morning. That I ran the hose through the window there, but yeah, the carpet's gotta go. Like the carpet's ruined pretty much, but all this is dry, which is nice. And so tomorrow I can get started on removing the carpet. The bathroom is the lowest it's been. There's still some standing water in there, and there's still some standing water in there, but it was like 5 inches, so it's down to like 1/4 of an inch. So that's amazing, and that makes me feel a lot better, even though, you know, I'm gonna see where the level is tomorrow, and then I'm gonna try and get all the water out, even that last 1/4 inch. So tomorrow I'm gonna try and get the carpet out, bleach the floors, and just to get some, if any mold has started, get that kind of treated, and then keep pumping water if more of it refills, and we'll see where we are in the morning. I was just like, it doesn't sound right for someone to tell me, oh, just leave the water. And the water was getting dangerously close to the electrical stuff for the water pump. So I was like, no, I'm not doing this. And I went in the middle of the night to get that pump from Lowe's, which was like over $100, less than $200. Ooh, a strawberry. You're in the fridge. Anyway, so yeah, it was like pricey, but nothing compared to like the $2,000 I'm about to dish out for the restoration. These are washed. I washed the fruit before I put them in the fridge. So, but yeah, I just wanted to like follow up. This is the messiest that I've ever like shown my house. And I also don't care about how I look. Like my basement is flooded. Cut me a break. If I can't get a break now. Yeah, I just wanted to give you guys that update. We learn as we go. Unfortunately, I like couldn't catch it at the start, and everything happened so fast at the start. It was like flooded. So things already had to be replaced. The only thing I could have saved is the back of the basement, and unfortunately I wasn't able to save that, but whatever. The whole thing basically had to be redone, period. So that's all. Good night, folks. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me, has your basement ever flooded? What did you do? Did your kitchen flood? Your bathroom flood? What have you done? Are you looking to buy a house if you don't own a house? How's your journey been? Are you in Philly? Lots of questions. Let me know in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys later, hopefully a little bit more put together.